But first, October is Residents' Rights Month. This is the month that we check in on those living in long-term care just to make sure that they're being treated with dignity and respect. And this is also a chance to kind of assess long-term care from all the perspectives. Long-term care covers a range of residents, from those who need just a little bit of help to those who need a lot. And this population in long-term care is growing, not just here in Northern Nevada, but nationwide as our entire society ages. So how do we assess exactly where we are now and where we're headed? Well, Kai is about to tell us.
Joining us now is Jennifer Williams-Woods. She is the State Long-Term Care Ombudsman with the Nevada Aging and Disability Services Division. Jennifer, this is such an important time, Residents' Rights Month. People don't know they have rights inside nursing homes and long-term care facilities. First and foremost, what do you do? What does an ombudsman do?
I manage the Long-Term Care Ombudsman program, and my staff are advocates for those residing in long-term care facilities. So skilled nursing facilities, assisted livings or group homes, and homes for individual residential care. So we visit with the residents on a regular basis, address issues then, and then we also receive issues from the community, complaints. And so we go in and work with the residents with their consent to address those issues.
Now, people at home that are watching might be watching from a long-term care facility. Maybe you have a family member in a long-term care facility and you have rights. What are those rights?
They vary. It's the things that we kind of take for granted living kind of on the outside, so to speak. And so the right to choose when we go to bed, the right to participate in our own care, those types of things are issues and rights that residents have in long-term care facilities. So they're important, so we want to make sure that the facilities, while some may consider them institutions, we want them to be home-like. And so again, we have rights in our own homes, and residents should have rights in their own homes and be able to do what they want. And so while their address may be in a long-term care facility, it still should be a home for them.
Absolutely. We don't recognize that really living, like you said, on the outside, but when you have a family member or you're inside, it's so important to remember that an ombudsman is there advocating for you. And Jennifer, you might remember a year ago or so, we did a story on COVID and how people in long-term care facilities have been greatly affected by the coronavirus. How has people's rights, if at all, changed during COVID?
It changed to save them from contracting COVID. And so there were limits on visitation, limits on whether or not they could go out in the community. Those rights that they had previously were a little bit diminished during that time frame, and still rightly so at this point with the rise of the Delta variant. And so we're really trying to get back and focused on enabling those rights and making sure that they can do some things with minimal risk.
What are some of those things that are being allowed? Are things going back to normal at all, or not really?
It's getting there. It kind of, right now, the guidance from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services gave guidance to skilled nursing facilities. And so it kind of depends on the communities that those facilities are currently in. And so if there's a less than 10% positivity rate, and the facility, both staff and residents, at 70% vaccination rate, visitation can occur no problem. But once those variables change, if one lowers or decreases, then those restrictions may be placed on visitation. But we're really focused on not only can visitors come into the facility, but can we still do the window visits using tablets, visitation booths, those types of things. And the Ombudsman program has helped to get tablets in the hands of the facilities and the visitation booths as well.
We know how important it is that all people have interaction with other people, and the Ombudsman have done a great job advocating for people in long-term care facilities. Make sure they still get that, and that's been amazing, and I'm so thankful for what you guys have done. Plus, people can get in touch with you, right? If they have a concern, how do people at home do that?
We have a helpline that folks can call, and we have it staffed Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but folks can leave a message. So that number is 1-888-282-1155.
Thank you so much for all you do. And during this Residents' Rights Month, let's all be sure to advocate for our older friends in long-term care facilities. Jennifer Williams-Woods, thank you very much.
Thank you.